Hey everyone, tier list of best tank classes of Throne and Liberty. Tank is a very important role in this new upcoming MMORPG. So if you have decided to play this role, let's check which are the best classes for you. Before we start, let me just say subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more of Throne and Liberty videos in the future. If you are interested into Throne and Liberty, check my YouTube channel. I'm already preparing lots of videos for global release of this game, and also I'm playing this game since release. Since December 7, 2023 over there on servers in Korea. So you'll see lots of guides for new players, PvP wise, PvE wise, regarding tanks, healing, and also regarding DPS. So make sure to subscribe. Okay, let's dive into the video. First, let's check where does belong Sword and Shield Wand. Absolutely here to S tier. If you are following my YouTube channel, then you already know that this game actually doesn't have classes. You are deciding the role of your character by picking a combination of two different weapons. Sword and Shield is main tank weapon in this game. So in combination in Wand, you'll be actually Paladin class. As Paladin, not only that you'll be able to tank, but you'll be also able to heal thanks to Wand and also make some damage. So Sword and Shield Wand in generally, not only in PvE regarding tanking, but also regarding PvP, amazing combination of weapons to play. Don't forget about that. You'll be very tanky, very high defense abilities. With Wand, you'll be able to heal and also make some damage. So Paladin absolutely belongs to S tier. Let's go forward with Sword and Shield Dagger, another amazing combination for tanking, and not only for tanking, for overall gameplay. I can play Sword and Shield Dagger a lot, it's amazing. Dagger as a secondary weapon will highly increase your survivability because you have stealth, you have poison, you have ambush strike, special skill additionally from assassin. Not only that, passive abilities of the dagger will highly increase your critical damage and damage overall. Sword and Shield will give you lots of defense abilities. So Sword and Shield Dagger, not only for tanking, but in general gameplay, feels amazing. Absolutely amazing class to play. Skill rotations for Sword and Shield and Dagger, they are melting one into another, and under the fingers, this is one of the best combinations to play in the game overall. But of course, regarding tanking, this is main topic of this video, absolutely Sword and Shield Dagger also belongs to S tier. Let's go forward with Sword and Shield Crossbow, one very interesting combination of weapons, but absolutely not a typical combination for tank. I'll put it here in A tier. Can you tank on Sword and Shield Crossbow? Yes, you can, to some point, different content. Nevertheless, this is not one typical combination for tanking. I have seen some people playing Sword and Shield Crossbow combination. Yes, very high defense. Also from Crossbow, you'll get lots of damage, single target damage. But if you want to play DPS, then you'll play Crossbow with some other combination of weapons. For example, with Dagger. If you want to play tank, then you play Sword and Shield with some other combination of weapons, not with Crossbow. So, Sword and Shield Crossbow, absolutely not a typical tank. Can you tank? Yes, still to some point. Nevertheless, like I said, if you want to be tank, there are some much better combinations of weapons for you. Let's go forward with another interesting combination, but again, not a typical tank combination. Sword and Shield Longbow, is it viable to play? Absolutely yes. Currently, regarding PvE in Throne and Liberty, over there on servers in Korea, and also for global release of this game, basically any combination of weapons, if you are geared well and if you know how to play that class, is viable in the game. So can you play Sword and Shield Longbow as a tank? Yes, you can. But again, it's not one typical meta combination. Absolutely not. Longbow is a very beautiful damage range kind of weapon, but again, if you want to play DPS, then you'll combine Longbow with some other weapons like Dagger, like Staff, basically almost anything else but Sword and Shield. And again, if you want to be tank, then you'll play Sword and Shield Wand, Sword and Shield Dagger, Sword and Shield Greatsword. I'll talk about that in a second. Sword and Shield Longbow, you can still play, but again, it's not S tier of the tank. And then we have one of the best combinations in the game overall, not only regarding tanking when we are talking about PvE, also when we are talking about PvP. If you want to go in front, In massive scale PvP, sword and shield greatsword is combination of weapons for you. I'll put it here in S tier because overall looking regarding tanking, PvE wise, and in PvP, if you want to go in front, like I said, if you want to attack your enemy in the sieges, in massive content, GVG content, guild versus guild content, if you want to go in front, sword and shield greatsword, absolutely yes. Greatsword also very tanky weapon, high defense. Sword and shield, very high defense. With greatsword you can also make damage. Regarding damage, overall looking, you will not excel. Again, there are some better combinations regarding DPS overall looking, and I'm preparing special video on my YouTube channel. Check it out very soon. You will see it before global release. What are the best DPS classes in the game? Tier list of best DPS classes in the game. You will see that video on my YouTube channel very soon. Sword and shield greatsword absolutely belongs to S tier. Overall looking, one of the most interesting combinations in the game to play. Let's go forward on the end with sword and shield staff. I will put it here in A tier. Staff, range weapon, damage weapon, amazing weapon. But again, like I said, for tanking in combination with sword and shield, you can do it. Absolutely, you can do it. Nevertheless, if you want to be a real designated tank, which everybody will take in a party with you, then it's better for you to play sword and shield wand, sword and shield dagger, or sword and shield greatsword. Sword and shield staff wouldn't be one typical combination, but you can still do it. If you feel that staff is a little bit squishy for you, you'll have amazing damage, but if you feel that you're a little bit squishy, absolutely, you can play it with sword and shield, you'll have higher defense, you'll not be squishy anymore. But then again, what are you now? Are you DPS or are you tank? Obviously, by your build, you'll be tank, but then again, you can be a DPS, right? So this is something in between, that's why I will put it here in A tier. Of course, question would be now, can you tank maybe on some other combination of weapons, like greatsword staff, greatsword crossbow? I mean, all depends on the content. Even with greatsword as main weapon and some other secondary weapon like dagger, yes, possibly you could tank some of the content. Nevertheless, when we are talking about real tanks in this game, these classes are viable. S tier, sword and shield wand, absolutely paladin, one of the best tank builds in the game. Sword and shield dagger, one of the best builds overall in the game. Under the fingers, it's amazing. I can play this build a lot, it's amazing. Sword and shield greatsword, not only for PvE tanking, like I said, if you want to play PvP, you will go in front in massive content, in sieges, this is amazing to play. And A tier, sword and shield crossbow, sword and shield bow, and sword and shield staff, absolutely not the typical combinations, but you can still play them to some point. But then again, like I said, what are you with these combinations? Are you tank? Are you damage dealer? It's something in between. Now you're fully updated, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Now you're fully updated. Now you know everything what you need to know regarding best tanks in this new upcoming MMORPG. Check my YouTube channel. I already have about 400 videos. Yes, you heard right, about 400 videos regarding this new upcoming game, because I'm playing this game since release over there on servers in Korea. You will see lots of guides for new players, PvP wise, PvE wise, crafting, dungeons, whatever you want to know regarding Throne and Liberty, you'll find out here on my YouTube channel. So make sure to subscribe. Thank you for watching the video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Twitch, and see you soon with another Throne and Liberty video.